Let's rise for the pledge. I'd like for everybody to stand and put your hand over your heart in honor to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Smiling faces out there. It's good to see. First up, we will approve our minutes from October 4th.
Move for approval as presented.
Second.
Motion by Gary, second by Max. All in favor?
Aye.
We have a little bit of new business. We have the opioid settlement restricted fund. We need to make a transfer from that to the drug-free Wayne County of $23,400. Does anybody have any questions about that? I think it's pretty straightforward. If I
We
can,
was informed about that at workshops. So
Yeah.
I'll move that we transfer that $23,400.
Second.
motion by Gary, second by Barry. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Get this signed. Oh, it's 11:01 already. Okay, is Becca's not here yet, is she, from the health department? We'll skip her right now. So, it is time to adopt the budget for the Wayne County and also the budget for WUR. Does anybody have any other questions, additions, subtractions, or anything that you've seen? We've all been looking at it for several weeks now. I feel like it's where we need it to be right now. Does anybody have any?
I would just comment that we are where we want it to be. We decided to recommend to probably leave the one-time money at $3 million as kind of a placeholder, knowing we have $1.5 million to spend this year. But otherwise, we're at a point where everything's balanced. So do you want to take each budget one at a time?
I think so. Let's do
I would
that.
make a recommendation that we approve or adopt the county budget for this year.
Does that include general fund and all the other non-general funds?
Yes.
Second.
We already have a second by Gary. You probably didn't hear him. That's fine. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? There are none. Now,
I would also like to thank Kathy for all of the what we call other funds in her efforts and the auditor's office at getting those where they should be. We did meet, Kathy and I met with the judges last week and the 4D people, and they're all in agreement with the changes that we made. So appreciate both Beth and Max for going through the gateway and making sure everything was okay there. So many hours and effort in this year's budget, and I'm really proud of everyone's efforts. So
I just want to add to that too, if I may, and that it's not that we didn't want to do everything that was asked of us, because everybody had a good reason for what they wanted and why they wanted it, and the raises and different things. And it's not that we disagree with any of that, but you only have so much money and it only goes so far. And it's really, really hard now that I'm on this side of the fence. Having been on the other side of the fence, so to speak, I understand how hard it is to come up with the decisions that this group makes. And I appreciate the job that you all have done, but to tell our employees in that we did listen and we did hear what they said. We just can't do everything that everybody wants, although we wish we could.
I think this being the first time I've been through this process, the one thing that sticks out to me, I'm appreciative of what we were able to do in the way of salary adjustments from the study and evaluation of our consultant and then the additional raise. But I think department heads throughout the year, especially during budget, have pointed out that there are those unique circumstances in which an employee may need additional consideration. And so my recommendation would be that we work with HR and those department heads in the coming year to do those evaluations of those job descriptions and make sure that they are up to date and they do reflect the job responsibility of those employees or those positions, and we address any salary discrepancies as we can in the following years.
That being said, we're gonna stick to our guns, and we are not gonna be entertaining offers for new employees all during the year. Reevaluations are great and a good thing to make sure that we're doing the right thing, but I know Tony agrees with me, and I know.
And additional appropriations, we do not like to see those come in between.
Yeah.
Also, I would hope that all the offices would get a copy of their budget as soon as possible, so they can review that and know how to plan for next year.
Okay, so now we need to adopt the WUR budget. And do we have those so we can sign those? Like, we need those papers.
We have the WUR, but we don't have the county or the others, because I thought you were making changes today. And there's two
We
salary,
have to sign them today.
okay, there's two salary things that they changed yesterday that I've been waiting until you approve it. So do you want me to go back and write those and put them in?
Yeah, we need to do that. The salary things that changed were little rounding errors. That was just a few cents here and there, just to make things come out right on the salary ordinance. So, we need a motion to adopt the WUR budget.
I'll make a motion to adopt the WR budget. It's a non-taxing budget. WR is funded by tipping fees for business citizens.
Shh, we're in the middle of a motion, please. We have a motion by Gary. Do we have a second to adopt the WUR budget?
Second.
We have a second by Max. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Can we not have side conversations during the meeting, please? So the next thing that we need to do is adopt the salary ordinance.
There was a final draft of that sent out yesterday. Everybody had a chance to see that. If not, very few changes from what we had seen previously. I really commend the HR and the auditor's office for the time and effort to go over and over and over that to make sure that it's as correct as possible. So I would move that we adopt the salary ordinance for 2024.
I'll second that.
Motion by Max, a second by Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. All our budgets are adopted. Kim, do we sign your salary ordinance? Do we have that? We don't have to sign? Okay. We have it electronically, all of us do anyway, but if we don't have to sign it, that's fine. So,
Excuse me.
Debbie's going to give the.
Yeah, coming down is the WUR form, and then I've got a salary ordinance approval.
Oh, you do have it? Oh, okay. We have, today is the last day to adopt your budget for the state, and we have 5 business days for it to be submitted on Gateway. It's been put in, it just hasn't been submitted, so that'll be the next step, that both of these budgets. submitted, and we are good to go. I think Jeff is on vacation, and there's no commissioners meeting today, and there's no commissioners comments at this time, which will make our meeting very short today. So next we have a report from Steve Hickenbotham, right? Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. You have before you your bi-weekly project update. The first project to look at is the courthouse exterior. Again, that punch list is yet to be scheduled on that, but I still anticipate that that'll be done before the end of the year, and that expenditure will take place to zero that number out. The annex generator project, we do have a pre-construction meeting scheduled for next Thursday to get that project underway. The courthouse bathrooms, they're working on the punch list that was established, and that they're actually working on it this week, and I think they'll get that finished today. So when you see this sheet the next time, that project will be finished. And just a comment, just remember that that was an item on the list of our ADA projects that we had identified several years ago. So this knocks off a project to bring those bathrooms into compliance with the American Disabilities Act. The chamber remodeling, I do think I finally have got the contractor to come back to the table, so I will have a meeting with him next week. So hopefully by workshop, I'll give you a more definitive update on especially the bulkhead part of this project and how that's going to be finished, or whether there'll be a deduct to the project. Jail window replacement, that again is still scheduled to start in the next 1 to 3 weeks. Haven't heard any difference. We'll be reaching out to them. That's going to be a pretty extensive project in the jail. Remember, these are the safety windows that are cracked and be a replacement. So most of the windows that are in the jail pods will have some work to them. So that'll be a pretty extensive project when that gets started. The circuit court judge's office security, the walls are up. We're waiting on the installation of the door. So that should finish up maybe this week, but certainly by next week. Then the main switchgear service upgrade in this building, that project will be scheduled. I got a date, tentative date in the next couple weekends, and remember that's a weekend project. It'll go pretty quick. The building gets a complete shutdown, so that once it starts, it needs to get done so they can bring the building back up power-wise before Monday morning. That won't affect 911 because they're on a completely different electrical feed, and if there was an issue, we do have the generator backup for those folks. And then the ejector pump panels and the sump panels, we are soliciting a second quote on that. Anticipate that in the next week or two, so I'll be able to give you an update on that as well at workshop. And then after your additional appropriation last week, right down there at the bottom, column G is the account balance in your one-time fund. Any questions?
So we did anything with landscaping?
Not yet.
Is that planned?
No. Remember, we wanted to wait till the project for the generator was underway because that's going to tear up some of the area. And then the exterior of the courthouse work is now done, so then we can start looking at that again. Yep.
We can have a great plan for spring, right?
Yeah. Hopefully not too many plants.
No, not a big plan, not a big plan.
I just didn't see grass or gravel, but
Easy to maintain.
yeah.
And the commissioners have been working on a parking, just for information, a parking plan, and I think most of it's pretty well worked out. Sounds like it's gonna be a good plan, and it should work well if everyone sticks to it. Then we'll have plenty of parking for visitors who come here to do business in this building.
Would you like me to see it back up? All right.
You know, she probably doesn't have to be here if she's
Okay.
not. I think we can go ahead because we all received a budget for the safety pin grant in our email this week. What happened, she called and she said, got money for the grant and we didn't even apply for it, but they just automatically renewed the grant. So it's kind of the backwards process of, she went ahead and did the budget for it, and we just need to approve that budget for the safety pay grant of the money that they just automatically received to renew that. So, if I can have a motion to approve that budget for the,
Commission approved the grant.
I think they will next week.
Correct.
We're just gonna approve the budget since it had to have a budget attached.
Time, you know, it fell on the week they're not here.
Yeah.
We'll look at it next week.
It has a very short deadline. They sent the money and then said, oh, we need a budget now. So, that's the reason that we need to get this in today.
I will make the motion that we accept the budget for that safety pay grant.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. I will let Becca know that that's been done.
I do have now the resolution for
For the
the
budget?
county funds
Okay.
that I'll be passing
To
down.
sign that. Any citizens' comments this morning? Doesn't look like it. Our next meeting is December the 6th at 8 a.m. And the next council commissioner workshop is November 15th at 6 p.m. And with that, I believe we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Barry, second by Max. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That was a quick meeting. I know.